Hello, 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 hello. I am here. So how's everyone doing today? Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. So last time I did a 24-hour stream, which actually ended up being a failure because of two things. Because one is the baby. I tried to do that baby thing. I tried to do that baby thing, and also have to save the dog at the same time. That failed instantly, and I was not able to get the 24-hour Tuesday achievement, unfortunately, which is a big bummer. And failure. And after how you guys doing today? Set your time correctly. For me, it's 12:10 p.m. Well, I gotta go with this. Wait, there is PM. Go back. There you go. 12:10 p.m. 12:10 p.m. Your favorite time of the day. Or you could just simply not resist giving me the correct time again. After all, I know how much you enjoy setting the time correctly. Okay, I'm curious how accurate 12:10 is. Let's use another slider to find out. How accurate? Very accurate. I know I could just say, regardless of your accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. I feel like I'm learning more about you and how you like things to be set. It's good to collect data. Sometimes not always the case. I wish we had some more sliders, but we have gone through all the sliders I have. Perhaps I can invent some new sliders to gather new data on you. Why? I don't want to I don't want this game invade my privacy. Shouldn't be too hard, so let me whip up a company. You should be ready by the next time you boot up the game. Alright, it's the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Part 2. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna get the slider. I'm restarting it. I am restarting it. Stanley Parable. Stanley. Open my Steam real quick. It's not loading. It's not letting me open the thing. Oh, failure. Let me tell you something. If you have all your lights turned off and then you rely on lighting on the camera, it does reduce to 30 FPS, just so you know that. Let's see. Just a slider to the computer. Adjusting my slider. Do like that. Yeah. It's just... Oh, okay. Until they're friends. I think it's like one heart. They're not falling in love each other. Hold on. Yeah. There. Like that. Please adjust the slider until the 5 becomes number 9. I'll do it with a bell. Please adjust until you start adjusting the slider. I'll do it like that. Which of two of the made-up words is the most appealing to you? Occupunk or Scrumtush? I think Scrumtush is better. Hello, what Plush, how you doing today? Welcome. Please don't adjust this. Nah, I want to adjust the slider because I want to. New. Yes. Exactly. What is time anyway? Is there anything about yourself you haven't told me? Yes. Help. Yes. Will you come back to visit me? No. There we go. Alright. So we did the sliders. Oh, really? You never got that question?
This is a story of a man
Okay, named Stanley. I already didn't know that. Alright, guys. Welcome to the Stanley Parable. Alright. So, I haven't been to the events yet.
Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Alright. Let's go to that vent and see what happens. I've never been in there. Ooh. Coffee nut and a screwdriver. Yeah. So, what do you think of the camera, guys? Look at that. Like 60 FPS. 60. But if I turn my light all the way down, if I do reduce it to 1, it started to be like 30 FPS right here. It's 30 right now when the lights is all the way down. So I have to set my lights around like 28% to get back to 60.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a
Oh,
look.
what is this? Never had it. Wait, what? Really? Echo? Oh, let me put my speakers down a little bit then. And now my graphics card's making noises.
I call it the memory zone. It's where I've been storing all my...
Are you guys hearing the graphics card?
So I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
You guys can still great. Hold on. Give me a second. Hold on. Let me adjust that real quick. I think I can get. Okay. Adjusting the slider. Okay, what about now? You don't hear anymore, right? Right.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the memory zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release?
The Stanley Parable
Back in
demonstration, the
October of
demo.
2013, when the game originally launched. Back
Go
then,
outside.
video games had
Don't play for
integrity.
5 years.
Back
Oh.
then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
So before it used to be 5 years, right? Unachievable. It is impossible to get this achievement. Right. Nominee British Academy Award. The Stanley Parable. Debut game. Alright. And then we got this newspaper right here. And I see this image of Stanley. Stanley just died from the other ending.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning
I'm not
triumph
sure.
of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James
Destructoid.
Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up
Look at
less
these
than any
awards.
form of art,
Awards, I mean.
Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It
Red
was
Lil
Persona
Stanley.
3. It was all of them. And
Red
now,
indeed.
it's nothing.
Indeed.
It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of
What do you mean replay?
new elevator content.
Wait, what do you mean by replay? Original. Remake? Should I go? I'm going to go down and see what happens. And nothing happens, okay? And now we go back up. Also, wait. Let me fix that. Did I forget? Oh, wait, is it the DVR function? Hold on. Oh, yeah, I did have it disabled. All right. Okay, I enabled it and see if that works. Refresh the stream and see if that works. All right, we got this happy face. So I want to get up there and touch that happy face. Oh my god, look at this. This is the gigantic copy of the Stanley Parable. And look at the disc, the tape, and whatever that is on the bottom. So yeah, so if you guys want to buy that. And then we got this Ford Mustang. And we got the iMac right there. What is this? Okay, my number's 29. Probably got to remember that later on.
Here's another moving passage, this time from
Architectures.
GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable,
GameSpot.
surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
All right. Let's go over. Wait, let's go here. No? Wait, what? Don't say anything, Felix. Don't say nothing. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Serious Room 2013. You try to figure... Oh, okay.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh, no. Oh, God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years.
Haven't you?
Imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Door! Oh, what is this?
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable.
I wonder if that's a real review from the original Stanley Parable.
That I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
I can't even read that at all.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did.
What echo? What echo failure?
What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down.
Oh, when yelling, oh, okay.
Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this?
All right, we got this.
You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
Why would you need a skip button?
Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record.
Man,
reviews of the Stanley Parable.
Man, that narrating, you know, it must have took us so much time to narrate this everything of the entire game.
Yes, a skip button we shall have.
A
And
skip
here
button.
it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the
Fuck.
second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been... Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a
Press the
long,
skip button.
rambling monologue
Oh, yeah,
full
I can.
of unnecessary...
Bye.
Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say
Cookie
about this,
9.
and whether they'll edit the...
Bye.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again.
Bye.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
Wait. Is the narrating is actually like 12 hours?
Skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer. And my God, there's
Bye.
Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been
a week?
Or 2 weeks?
Ah! It's getting darker now.
It's you.
It's getting pretty dark.
Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had...
I think he stopped talking. And the door's gone, too. Is there a bomb? What's with the beeping sounds? Looks like there's a bomb. Run! Run! There's a bomb. Skip it.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little...
All right. Skippy. I want some peanut butter. Skip.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the
never
end,
end,
is the end, is never 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 the end,
is never the end, the end is never the end, is never the end,
is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
Right. Never the end, never the end, never the end. Oh, whoa. What happened to this place now? Has it been like 20 years? 20 years in the future? Oh, you got clear view. We got clear view right here. Oh, gosh. Beep. Oh no. Now it's becoming a jungle. Oh no. This building hasn't maintained for years, so it's a jungle now. And what happened here now? Are we going back in time? Or is it nighttime with all the plants died? No change from here. No changes. And we got this button destroy. I wonder if that still works. Mona Eggman. And we got the opening. Let's go. And we're in some sort of desert. We're in the desert, folks. Everyone died. Everyone died except for Stanley. In the middle of nowhere. Middle of nowhere. I'm supposed to go. Oop, okay, never mind. Oh, we're back at the office. All right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Extra content. Let's go.
You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Extra content. We need extra content, folks. We need extra content. Yay. Look at this mob. Extra content. Let's go.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
The Stanley Parable 2. Wow. Guys.
Yes, you see.
This is the sequel.
To a measly re-release with a few minor additions.
And we got an iMac with a blocked Apple logo.
An entirely new experience built from the ground up.
And there's no Apple logo on the iMac.
It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Yeah, that's what I expect, Taylor. Yeah, because she is not winning of anything, to be honest. She's been lying, you know. I think Johnny Depp is gonna win, you know. This is not it's not working out very well for her.
Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there.
The Stanley Parable 2.
It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
The building looks amazing. It's an amazing building. You get a bird Mac. They're back. 2 doors. 2. The Stanley Parable 2.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been
427.
I figure that if I
these
can
twos,
loosely
man.
organize a handful of interesting concepts,
Well, what is
then
this?
surely
What
the
is a
game
goo?
will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything
This way
scientific
the
or logical.
to the show floor. Huh? Oh my god. Open the bus. I want to ride on the bus. Alright, never mind. Let's go upstairs. Let's go upstairs. A lot of twist words, or they twist too much. Oh man. If they mix up stories, yeah, people can tell it's a lie.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
The bucket! Dude, there's a bucket right there. Oh my god. That is awesome. Let's go in here first.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated.
Yeah, bucket. The bucket man.
So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button, which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Let's see.
Chin.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name.
I kicked it out.
Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me
I'm
finish
Stanley.
first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim. Imagine yourself... All right, fine, whatever. It's just a meaningless button that says Jim. Are you happy now? Get out of here. I'm done with the button. Why don't you go humiliate me in front of a different feature that I worked very hard on?
I will. I will, Mr. Narrator.
Maybe I'll only let people named Jim play the Stanley Parable too. They would
Been in a
appreciate what
hole.
I've created.
Let's go to the bucket. Bucket. Bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart.
Where's my bucket?
True. As long as you hold on to the bucket,
there it is.
The many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfect.
There's the bucket.
And perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution.
It always solves a lot of problems. All right.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face
of
crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
I bet.
The bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable too.
All right, now we can get out of here. Now I got this bucket now.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a... Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a...
There's no screenshots.
Like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
There. Get well someday. Happy 12th birthday, step niece. Go for it.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get well someday it is.
I didn't pick that. I didn't pick it. Boo. Boo.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
There. Another screenshot. There you go. Okay, what is in here? Please, no screenshots. Oh, I will do screenshots for sure. I want to do on everything. I'm breaking the rules. 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 Ba, 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 bum. Ba, 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 bum, 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 ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, 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 ba, bum, ba, bum, 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 ba, bum, bum, bum. The new updated ray trace of more of the same, but in a good way, sequel to the what? Mm-hmm. All right, I'll get a free and easy achievement. Let's do it. Okay, it's free achievement. Hold lever, receive your new achievement. No more steps. All right.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you're... Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now,
Come
the
on.
achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at
Come on,
last
work.
satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans
Work.
all over the world who have been uproariously
Work.
demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Maybe if I keep on going, it will get unlocked. No? Oh, wait a minute. It says some sort of power back there. I'm gonna keep on going. I know there's a box there. It's blinking a yellow light. Let me go back and see. Did I go in here? No. The free achievement is still broken. So, just gotta ignore it for now.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
The circle.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's...
Ole,
wait.
ole,
You already
ole,
spent all your
ole.
jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh well.
Oh,
I suppose it can just be a
we'll
nice
do the whole after it.
decorative piece
After this.
then.
I was going to jump. Oh well. Infinite Hell, where is K? K is over there. It won't end. The hole will not end. The infinity hole. Where is it? In here? And we got
here's
this
an idea
infinite
that
hole.
I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite
All right,
fall.
let's go.
You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a meat. You see? Isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions. if I
Let's
do say
go.
so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
I'm not gonna let go.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top.
Nope.
Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Nope. Nope.
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your
Doubt it.
definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a...
There you go. I told you.
Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever.
I am.
I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree
You
to
know,
just
fair.
hold the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
All right, let's go back
Great.
up.
Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the
Bye.
Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yeah, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of...
Hey.
Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not
Well,
infinite.
I'm trying to
And I
prove a
suppose
point,
once again,
Failer.
there's nothing
It's
to
not
do here.
infinite.
If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above.
All right, let's go back
Had
up.
enough? I'm positively thrilled.
Bye.
I really, gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing that...
Oh, okay, this is even shorter.
Okay, yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to... How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Gee. Uh-oh.
Is the teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing?
Nothing.
Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley.
You gotta leave me there? You gotta leave me? Come on. Save me. Save me. Ah. Oh my god. Yay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Well, extra content.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show
Right.
you.
Can't believe that narrator just left me.
I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
2.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An
I shouldn't have
entirely
restarted.
new experience built from the ground up. Why, there are
I think
so
I'll just be there.
possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. Here we are. Go on.
Alright, I'll try to come back, you know. Yeah, it shouldn't take that long. I don't think Stanley can run. I'll try to be strong enough, Taylor.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like.
Also, go to the super settings thing, okay? Super settings. So where do I go? Wait, what? Oh, the resolution's wrong. I just noticed. It just looks horrible. Why does it look horrible?
One of
I
the
don't know.
more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
I already went there. Taylor.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer.
And good morning, and also, well, it's afternoon for me right now. Hello, Alvin. How you doing?
Maybe do it on the
How you doing today?
rather than later spectrum of things. Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on...
let me do this first, Taylor. Let me do this first.
From one perspective, the infinite is...
Oh, you just woke up? Alright. Yeah, it's like 9:51 for you, so...
Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley.
Stanley!
Cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
You're the problem, narrator.
Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready. Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
Alright, back in the hole.
Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right.
Yeah, Black Cam. So I like this lens cap that came with the Razor Cairo. No, what's it called again? Keo Pro. I'm forgetting the name. At first I kept saying like Kaio, or is it Keo or Keo? Keo or Kaio or Kiro? I don't know.
I couldn't help but feel
it's a confusing
like
name.
a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite.
Well, it's 12:53 here.
That not infinite? Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled.
You say Keo.
I do have so much more to show you and to talk about.
Keo or is it Kaio? Bye.
Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep. even by the lax overall standards for accountability in marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain...
No, not Caillou. I said Caillou.
Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to
I
the
said
top,
Caillou,
and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
not Caillou.
Well, there it is. The shame of my life. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to
And also, yes,
You just do what
not gonna lie, Alvin.
you're here.
Caillou,
Hit
he's
the
a brat.
teleport when you're ready to move on.
He's legit a brat.
Is the teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again.
Try it again. Again.
Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley.
Don't you dare leave me.
Be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole. I get to do literally anything else. Take care.
Not today. Not today, Alvin. I just don't feel like doing it at the moment. Because I just got this new webcam. I just want to test out the things. And it's been working pretty well, to be honest. I really like it so far. And also, I'll never try the green screen test, though. Let me go on camera beta. If I go to USB video device. Of course, I have to change it. Give me a second, guys. Deactivate. Ooh. Where are we going? Where are we going? There we go. Bum, 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 bum. All right. Let me turn that back on. Let me turn that off. There we go. F for paying respects. Pay my respects. You gotta pay respects to Stanley Failer. You gotta pay him respects. Pay respects. Perspective. Perception.
My head's stronger. Now you're no longer.
Oh! Ew. Aha! Oh my god. Change your reality. Red. We got this color. We got normal. We got red again. We got blue. Hoi! Ah! Where's J to change myself? Oh, I'm a robot. What is that? What is this? Oh, what is this? Ooh! Oh la la la! A paper! Another paper! And we're back to Stanley. Okay, I'll change to the robot. I'll change to that and change my perspective. Right, open. Stanley!
Stanley!
Ooh, we're in the beach! We're in the beach!
Oh, good, you're awake.
We're in the beach for a second.
Sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle.
Toodle beep. Toodle beep. Echo failure because because I think the AI that's coming from the tensor cores of my GPU, it detected like a voice that someone's talking, so it did. So the microphone picked it up. So it does get rid of noise, but not the talking.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Yeah, me and Failer have the same camera, and we both have the same microphone too. All right, let me go in here again. Oh, because I put the volume.
Here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken.
Fully
I'm
broken.
not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel.
No, it's not that failure. It's
fans all over the world who have been
it's because since the narrator is talking, the microphone picks that up by the AI from Nvidia from the Nvidia broadcast. I got the Keo Pro just recently. I got the new camera today, the Keo Pro. 60 FPS, 1080p.
I can see you've gotten the Settings World Champion achievement. Well done. You've experienced every setting, traveled to all corners of the settings menu. There's nothing you haven't.
You gotta blame the tensor cores from the GPU failure.
For you. In the Stanley Parable 2, I'm including an entirely new setting.
Hello, SB. How you doing today? Long time no see. How you doing?
What exactly is bumpscosity? Well, I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but I just know that you'll be able to adjust it on some sort of slider, and that it'll be available.
No, we had mod the entire time.
The details out later. I hope you're looking forward to trying out every level of bumpscosity in the Stanley.
Yeah, it's the Keo Pro.
Okay, I'll be honest,
not the regular Keo, it's the Keo Pro. There's also the Keo X, which is basically a 1080-60 camera.
But I'm undecided on
no, 1080-30 I mean. And I think the regular Keo is 720-60. No, I already did that. It's because of my speakers. I have two large speakers. Blasting, because I'm not wearing any headphones or anything. It just picks up the voice from the microphone. Wait, I am trapped. Oh wait, I'm not. I'm gonna pick this one this time.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
All right.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Well, Fayla, I got earbuds, so I got earbuds on. It's not plugged in. Okay, then the bucket. I could increase the noise canceling, actually. Hold on. I could increase that. I could increase noise canceling a bit. There we go. I increased a bit.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even
Deluxe.
mean?
Wow.
The Stanley Parable 2. Now that's a common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair.
The problem is for headset failure, like especially for streaming, you know. I just like to be like to feel free, you know, from anything, you know, without any wires, nothing, you know.
It's the Stanley Parable.
You know, because sometimes I can like move around and then probably my headphones get disconnected and everything. So yeah.
Fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even.
Well, the problem is for that failure is desync. That's another problem.
While the bucket is in your arms.
My problem is desync.
It's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable.
For higher end games.
Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it?
I got my bucket.
Comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just
well, that's wait,
what
is this? Oh, a chair.
Bit more attractive as a person.
But it's not a swear word, Stag. It's not a swear. I say the B word in FNF.
Stanley Parable 2. Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
All right. Infinity. Infinity. Okay, so I have my bucket. What do you think you're gonna say, Stag? Oh, what is this?
Ah, collectibles.
Bucket.
Now it's a real
That's right. I said bucket.
In the Stanley Parable 2,
I said bucket.
run around gathering up these
that's the B word. I said bucket.
And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell.
You have that. I got that.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game, and then they give you a big fancy reward for it.
Oh, what'd you just hit? What'd you just hit, Taylor? What'd you just hit? It can be failure sometimes. He can be.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
All right. We want an epilogue. So let's do this gym thing again.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, Let's have you
Jeez,
roleplay as
Failer.
Jim
Damn.
to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
Jim.
Whoa, hold on.
I am
I
Jim.
wasn't finished setting up the backstory.
I'm not talking about
If you
Carrie's
stop playing
husband,
Jim,
Jim.
you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now,
I'll
allow
listen to you this
yourself
time.
to become Jim. Imagine yourself driving to work as Jim, playing frisbee on the weekends.
Nope, I'm bored.
All right, fine, whatever. It's just a meaningless button that says Jim. Are you happy now? Get out of here. I'm done with this button. Why don't you go humiliate me in front of a different feature that I worked very hard on?
Another MacBook. I hope you'll be fine, Failer. I hope you'll be
Maybe I'll
fine.
only let people named Jim play the Stanley Parable too. They would appreciate what I've
And I called the
created.
Jim Parable too. Go back to this achievement thing. It's yours. Get it now. Alright, and it's still broken here. Let's go to right here. We're trying to do this every feature, folks. I think I already went there already. Collectibles. Okay, we did the jump circle, this map, free achievement, B, merch, Sandy's World. Where's that? Alright, let's check Sandy's World. Well, there's that. Any merchandise, or should we get out of here? Since I got this bucket. Stanley Parable. We going back in here. Epilogue. Nothing. Infinite hole. Oh, it changes. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this infinite hole. It says fine and ended. It knows there's an ending to that the hole. Good job. You did it. It's nothing. I have not. I have not. Oh, what's over here? I don't think I've been here at this side. Yeah, I haven't been this side at all. Exit. No, I already got a collectible already. I already did that. I already did
Have you
collectible.
seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Yeah, I'm moving on.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes,
I
I know
do.
it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say,
Well,
let's do an experiment.
you could have just told me that earlier because I was in the merch.
Together, and we'll see
You could have just
whether
told
or
me that
not
earlier.
it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay, are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Hey, there's another collectible. I see it. How do I get down here?
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Failure.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game.
Oh, let me change the colors of the light real quick.
I suppose it could, but it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
I think there should be better. Ooh, okay. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Let's do it.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427.
The real fun begins.
Job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed
Hello, Cyberfox. How you doing?
came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did.
Yep, you're finally connected.
Every
Good job.
month of every year. And although others might have
How you doing today?
soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
You gotta get some foods?
And Stanley
Man, you're making me hungry then.
And then one day,
Oh, you're on the
something
call?
very
Oh,
peculiar
hope everything goes well for you, Cyber.
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
So, Cyberfox, what do you think of this new camera? Look at this. Pretty smooth and very clear, too. I like the smoothness and everything. What do you think?
Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time.
Oh, let me try to make the
But as
light a
he
little
came
bit
to his
bluer.
wits and regained his senses,
Oh, I'm trying to change my lights a
from his
bit.
desk,
Fire,
stepped
huh?
out of his office.
I just got it delivered today. I'm gonna change the lighting real quick because it's more like red than it's just white. It shows red on kind of red on the camera, but it has to do with my LED lights. So give me a second. Let me try teal. Change it to teal. Hold on. Purple. We got purple. We got green. Oh wait, let me try to change to yellow. Okay, yellow. I think like lime is like really good for it. I think it's perfect for lime. I'm in lime. Yeah, I've done purple. I've never done purple. Maybe I'll do purple next time. But for now, I'll keep it
Stanley
lime.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Look at this. Oh, man, this camera. It's really good. I really like it. I really like the camera. Now you can see my PC better now. As you can see, my switch. You can see this lime color. Well, it's kind of look white on camera, but it's actually green. All right.
Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up. Why was he not doing it?
Yeah, and it's less than $100 too, Cyberfox. I know you. I saw that camera you showed me before, but the difference is like, you know, is the it's 4K. Like, you know, I like to see 4K, but the problem is for 4K, for me at least, is none of my content is 4K. I'm not streaming in 4K. Like, and also the 4K is limited to 30 frames per second. So I just don't have a reason to use 4K. So that's about it. But this the Keo Pro, it's 1080p 60. It doesn't do 4K, but it has like the great price for its value.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly.
Hello, Rain. How you doing
Perhaps
today?
He wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took...
Also, Failer has one as well too, so he did recommend me that too.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Nothing over here. Stanley Parable 2.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's
And also,
office.
Cyber, this is my first
Stanley
Razer
walked
product I ever
upstairs to
owned.
his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he
Open the
didn't
door.
even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy. So he
Oh, what do you
relaxed for a few
don't
moments
recommend,
with some
Failer?
calming new age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward.
I'm using this
into his
Logitech
open
mouse, like from
passageway.
I think this is actually stolen from school for some reason. Like, I didn't steal it, but someone else did. So this was just kind of stolen from the school. Hello, Elsa. How you doing today? Welcome. All right, we're going down the elevator.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
You know, it's
Why
fail.
did
I'm
he
using
do
a
this
cheap
now?
RGB
When
keyboard.
for
Like, it's
years
really
it had
cheap.
never occurred to him.
It's not the best
This
one, but
question would
at
not
least it's
go
RGB.
unanswered for long.
Oh,
Stanley
nice,
walked
Elsa.
straight
Congrats
ahead
for
to the glass
300.
door that read Mind Control Facility.
Congrats for the 300. All right.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Hey, Cyberfox. Let me tell you something. So, since you have an RTX card, right? You know, you have 3060 Ti. Do you know you could use like a like chroma key, like, you know, remove your background without the green screen. Or, like, I can show you like right now. Like when I turn on, so this is Nvidia Broadcast for like RTX cards. You know, when I do a background removal. Look at that. Look at that. Background remove, and also you could change your background as well too. Background replacement. There you go. You can do auto frame. If I move around a bit like that, move my face. And what else? Background blur. You could just like blur out your background and like just like that. Tells you know that. Yeah, it's called Nvidia Broadcast. It's meant for RTX cards from the 20 series to the 30 series.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe.
Oh, what's up,
it
Baylor?
couldn't be
What's up?
true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated
The flexibility, like what do you mean by flexibility? Like it's like the adjustments, like it's stuff. Like I don't know. What do you mean by flexibility? I don't think so yet. Hold on. I don't think it twist the camera. And also the camera's wait. Take. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know you can do that. Okay. I didn't know you could just turn the camera around like that. And also zoom. How do you do zoom? I'll do with the zoom later.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content.
Everything's offline.
Eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I think that's 3 right here. Or is it 1? It's 1 again. Oh no, it is 3. 3? And where's number 4? Has anyone seen the number 4? Where's the nugget? Where's the nugget for? I need some nuggets. For it's on top? Okay. Oh, okay. I see it. I see it. But the problem is I can't go through it. Oh, wait. Maybe actually. Hold on. How do I get up there? No way for. Oh, dang it. Alright. So, you know what? Just press 5. Hello, Club Z. How you doing today? Welcome. Hey, I'm doing good, and how are you today?
And when at last he found the source of the... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
You know, Fayla, you know that camera was originally $200, right?
Effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go. Turn the controls off and leave.
I'm leaving.
If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example,
Wait,
and
what?
I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine
I
is
am gonna
activated
take cover
without
somehow.
DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode,
I'm gonna take cover.
eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation?
Oh wait, there's something down there. Whoa.
Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to
Ooh.
shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments
No
until the
failure.
bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is.
How did you get the
More
camera?
time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I
You have a
turned
minute,
off the
15
machine
minutes,
free. Of course, that
115.
was merely in this instance
minute
of the
10.
story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this.
Yeah, I did buy for mine for a heavily high price drop for this one
What
too,
you try
Failer.
to make sense of
It was heavily
take back the
discounted.
control wrested away from you. It's
It was heavily discounted. Oh wait, I can press 4. Hold on. The door just opened. Okay, let me try this again. I gotta hurry this up too.
Even better.
Okay,
My goodness,
1,
only 34 seconds left.
2.
But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not?
3.
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you
There's
have no
4,
idea
4.
where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
4.
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button.
Wait, is it
screen
like
to
a
clicking
smart
on
glasses or is
every
it
little
just
thing in this
glasses?
room. These numbered buttons? No, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something
Yeah,
here
press
will
every
save
button.
me.
Now what?
Why would you think that, Stanley?
Or color
That
buttons.
This video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds.
More color buttons. I'm pressing all these buttons.
You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first. So
Goodbye, employee 427.
take a look at the clock, Stanley.
30
30
seconds.
seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being...
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
desperately to your frail
Oh,
life.
AR glasses.
You
Oh,
let it go
okay.
peacefully.
AR
Another
glasses.
choice. Make it count.
I'm gonna head down.
It's all the same to me. All a part of
Woo.
the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say
Better audience,
up.
Hey, I've been doing content for like 2 years. Hey, I had a fun time. I'm not in no rush, like having a lot of people here. Like I am seriously in no rush.
All of his
Oh, we got the
coworkers
balloons
were
now.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
Bucket!
picked up the
We got
bucket.
the bucket. A bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door.
We got the bucket. Nice.
Still no one was here. Stanley
The
needed the
bucket.
bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find out. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
We're going here now. We're taking this elevator. Yeah, we're going up on a Saturday. Let's go. Look up narrator. Narrator? Narreal? What? Nreal? What? Wait, this is the same place. Hold on. Oh, we're going down. This is the same place. Oh, Nreal. Oh, okay. Let me look that up real quick, actually. Wait, what? Portable home theater. Whoa. Dude. Holy crap. Even for exercising, dude, that is really cool. That is seriously cool. Not gonna lie. And this will work with Android devices, though. Oh, okay. Neil Air, Neil Light, streaming box. Oh, it works with iPhones too. Dude, that's really cool. But how much is it though? Let me check the Nebula. Wait, is it in stock or is it like not, or it's just a concept? Right. Alright, I'm still stuck in here. Come on. No way. No, okay. No, never mind. Alright, start over. Yeah, stop. No, resume.
Stepping into his manager's...
Start over. Bucket!
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms. In a wave of comfort, Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee
Oh, you don't know?
was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Never mind. The bucket
You
was
subbed.
wrong.
Thank you very much for subbing, Group
Stanley
C.
took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Good.
You'll ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not
So this is all new content.
This bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed, but Stanley feared
Oop.
that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply it
But
touched
will
him.
the bucket recover me? Probably not.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself. The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Any plans for tomorrow?
Stanley clutched the bucket.
I probably will not stream
This was
tomorrow,
not the
but
correct way to
maybe
the meeting room.
I do like
Stanley
have
had
personal
felt the
stuff to
bucket
do.
calling to him, telling him
Cause
that
I
the
usually never
employee
stream. I
lounge
usually never
was
stream
the
during the
place
day on a
to be.
Sunday.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said
Well,
the bucket.
you know,
Don't go to the meeting
having those
room. Go
glasses are
somewhere
really
else.
cool. You
The
know,
cargo lift,
because
yes.
you know you can see
Go
your
there.
stats. Like when
Go
you're
to the
exercising,
cargo
you can
lift.
see like your like the stats and everything. That's so cool. But don't get too distracted though. But for everything else, you can do this already on the Oculus. For some things, you know, unless you want to see through the like the screen itself too, you know.
Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way
But
to
everything
the top.
else it should be the
There's
like the
something up
same
there
like
I need
with
you
the
to do.
Oculus.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was
And
speaking
5G.
to him.
It should have alarmed him, of course.
Oh, come on, wait. Nope. I should have waited longer. Nope.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
All right, let me try this again.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
It's wrong.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift. Good.
Dude,
Said the bucket.
that bucket
Now
talks,
ride
you
the
know.
lift all the
It's
way
a
to
talking
the top.
bucket.
There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or
Hey,
how
me too,
the bucket
Cyberfox.
was
This is
sealed.
why I'm into
It
tech, you
should have
know.
alarmed him, of course.
Because
It was bucket's
because I like to do like
But Stanley chose
IT
not to
stuff,
think
you know.
about
I gotta
his
know
business
everything
then.
with tech.
He was
I have
fully
to.
convinced that the bucket
No matter
had
what,
spoken
is
to him, and
iOS,
he unthinkingly
Android,
did whatever the bucket
Windows, Mac OS. I gotta know all.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here?
I also got a Blu-ray drive. Well, that's not okay. That's a DVD drive, and this is a Blu-ray drive.
And what isn't a bucket?
So I got a DVD
I
drive. I got a
suppose that
Blu-ray
would explain
drive.
a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your
So yeah,
understanding.
I need to know everything with
And
tech, you know.
isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
As you can see, like my computer has both an Nvidia card and an AMD card. So different companies, you know, gotta know them all. What's going here? Oh yes, here we go.
Now then, I'm
Here
going
we
to
go.
run you through some test
Here we go.
scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything.
Ah, yes, it is
we need
liquid
to
cooled,
know
yes.
About what is or is not a bucket.
It is liquid cooled.
Okay, let's begin.
All right, Cyberfox.
Is this a bucket?
Is this a bucket? Is this a bucket, Cyberfox? Nope. All right.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Okay, Failer. Liquid cool AR glasses you can drink, could be cooled down, whatever. Actually, that's not a bad idea, actually. And also with a hat. And AR glasses with the water cups with and a hat. Combo. Yes, Failer's the bucket. No, Failer,
It is a
you failed
3D
me.
printed recreation
You
of a
failed me.
bucket, not an actual bucket.
Right.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
All right, is this the bucket? Yes or no? No, okay.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
What are you doing, Failer? This is the bucket. All right, what about this one?
Is this a bucket?
Is this a bucket? Is this a bucket? It looks like a bucket, or it could not be the bucket. Cyberfox says yes, okay.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one.
All right. So what about this one, guys? Is this a bucket? Is this a bucket? Woo! Is this a bucket, guys? No, Veiler says no.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
This is a bucket, Veiler. How could you, man?
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Okay, what about this one? Is this a bucket? Yes, it is a bucket. It is both.
Question. Both. Gotcha.
Okay, is this a bucket?
Wait, hold on, I can't find the next one. Let me see, should be around here somewhere.
Is this a bucket? This is a bucket. Yes or no? Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-bum. So wait, back look at the reflection in the walk. What happened? Yeah, reflection. I can see the reflection. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, whoa. Okay, I see it right there. I can see this now. I see it. I see it. Okay, last question, guys. Is this a bucket? Indeed, Veiler. Indeed. Indeed. Nope. Yes or no? It's a yes or no. There is no both button. No.
Yes, thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true. Unless, is that what you think? Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
Is everything a bucket? Yes or no? Yes. A failure says yes.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence, and yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
Is
Stanley,
he
I
a
can't
bucket?
keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely. Okay, here we go.
Bucket.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket?
Yes.
Oh my God, I had no idea. How could...
Everything's a bucket,
I'm
narrator.
not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either.
I'm a
This is
bucket
wonderful news.
because I'm
We're
holding a
brothers.
bucket.
Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this... Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around. Stanley clutched the bucket.
Well, it does hold something, at least, Cyberfox. The bucket holds anything, and same with the water bottles.
The employee lounge was simply the place to be.
So everything is a bucket.
Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
We're going back here,
said the bucket.
I'm gonna go all the way up.
Room. Go somewhere else. The cargo. Good,
said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Right.
In here,
said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
The bucket
Stanley
talks.
once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the phone.
No,
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone?
because I want
Are you
to.
trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was
Do endings to the
joking.
phones. All right.
Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk.
It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket.
A talking bucket.
Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously.
Well, two endings, two phones, and I got two phones.
Paused for longer or spoken quicker.
Well, as you can see, guys, you know, this is my newer
I wish I
phone.
were better at it. But
It has
isn't
screen
exactly
problems.
an instructional video on comedy that one can
Yeah,
watch
unfortunately,
before
because it has that
the
giant white line,
It's sitting right here.
Kinda
Let's take a
damaged.
look.
as you can see. Still usable,
What
surprisingly,
is comedic timing? What is
as you can
comedic
see.
timing?
But just this
How
white
does
line.
it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes.
Yes.
Let's dive deeper.
Gary, how you
If
doing?
you ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters
Comedic
from them
timing.
in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm Dunny with the funny.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying
Whoa,
attention.
graduation party.
and not
Nice,
simply filling
Gary.
in answers at random.
Congrats.
And that's all there is.
Hello, Mr. Retro.
With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the
Gary
front
needs to play
lines
this
of the
game.
war to fight the
She needs
12-legged
to.
invader who threaten our very existence and to very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us,
Right.
and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of
Dude,
proper
IT,
comedic timing are
nice,
still as
Gary.
relevant today
I'm
as
glad
they were
his.
back then.
I guess
So,
I'm
with
glad
that
your
in
son.
mind, I believe the only
Oh,
way forward
what was
is for
that?
us to return to the two doors and
That's
walk
awesome,
through
Gary.
all of
Your
this
son
again, so I can try
has a
telling my
degree of
story
IT.
with more
You
appropriate
know, I want to
comedic
become an IT
delivery.
myself
Come along,
as
let's
well.
head back.
Taking your dog out? Nice. Man, I really want a puppy.
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous.
Well, I only have the
How
certificate for
absurd. Hilarious
Okay, let me
concept.
tell you
The
something. Hold
king
on. So let me tell you something. Um, phone. Shut up. Shut up, phone. Okay. So I was saying, yeah. So this summer I ordered a book. Like I want to study for CompTIA A+, which is like a an IT certification thing. You know, because some IT jobs require to have that certification be CompTIA A+. So I really want to take it this summer. You know, study it, take the two core exams, and then I'll get it. And then hopefully I'll be able to work in the IT department, you know, as my newer job. So I really want to go for it for my summer goal. For real.
comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure.
Thank you, Fela. Thank you.
The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
All right, so where are we going this time?
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Going back. We're going back. Yay!
What? We're back at the phone already?
Yes, we're back at
what's
the
going
phone.
on? There was supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point, a dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land, or not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp.
Alrighty, Carrie, thanks for coming in. Have a great one. And also,
I think I need
have fun with the graduation party.
Watch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my... Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to
Nope,
a set
I'm
of
still
two
going the same
open
way.
doors, they entered the door on the left.
Nope, I'm going the same way.
What? We're back at the phone already? No.
Nope, no, I'm going back. I'm going back with the phone. Nope.
When Stanley and the
Nope,
bucket came
going
to a
back with
set
the
of
phone.
two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Going back with the phone.
What? We're back at the phone already? No.
Oh, he's making me restart the whole
You
thing.
ready? When Stanley and the
Okay, I
bucket
think
came
this
to
is a
set of
loophole.
two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Actually, not a loop, but just I didn't mean loophole. I mean just a loop, because it's just repeating the same thing.
What?
Yeah, it's repeating it.
We're back at the phone.
It's
already?
repeating it.
No.
Yep, it's repeating it.
Here we go. You ready?
I'll
When
take the
Stanley
left.
and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left. No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all
Oh, I can't go down
your
anymore.
fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm
Oh,
going
wait,
to be
what?
shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing
Yes,
your
I
book,
am.
Stanley?
I am proud of myself.
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well,
Pale.
let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you
We
are
got the end
pale
credits.
with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame. Pale...
Pale.
What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos. Let's see.
All right.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by him. The good old bucket.
All right, let's go through another telephone ending.
Off on another thrilling adventure together. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left.
Nope, not taking the left.
No,
Said the bucket.
No.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go
In
into
here.
this dark room over here.
I like the
Stanley once
I
again
like the bucket
obeyed
voice.
blindly.
Now pick up the...
Pick up the phone.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
I like that TV though. Can I open the door? No. Hey, buckets are cool, Failer. They're really cool. Cool buckets. Gimme.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Going home.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well?
Where's the
To
bucket?
see
Oh,
him
right here.
delusional like this, obsessing
Get the
over
bucket
an
again.
inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
There's G to go back to work.
Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think. It can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it.
Use
It
Super
doesn't do
Mario
anything
Bucket
else.
Bros.
You see, he's not listening. He's still
Well, now
taking
listen to
orders
this
from the
narrator.
bucket. You know, once
Oh, where's
upon a
my
time
bucket
it
go?
was me he took orders from.
Oh.
Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal. It's sad.
It's
I
getting
suppose
dark.
He doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
It's always shiny. I'm gonna believe the bucket.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to
My bucket.
say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another. Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel so?
Yes, he did a long time ago.
So much
I think he first
more
played
than
it 7
just a
years ago.
regular bucket.
But I'm not sure. I haven't seen his recent videos. I think he might have done like the Ultra Deluxe version. But I know he did the original.
Oh no. I'm having feelings for the bucket. Oh no, 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 no. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it or I'll...
Get back to work, Stanley.
All of his co-workers.
So that was the telephone ending.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled.
I am happy with my bucket.
Would be Stanley
Okay, I got one more
touched
ending to go
bucket
here.
to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No.
Oh, wait, maybe a couple more endings,
The
actually.
bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift. Yeah, good.
Said the bucket.
Now
Good.
ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him. And
The
he
escape pod?
unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You
Oh,
see
wait, I
there's
gotta do
a
this
sign
again.
Right there. It says no bucket.
Oh, wait, no, I already done this. Never mind. I already done this.
His co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it?
It's a good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd... Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket...
3 scary
walked
games?
upstairs
Nice.
to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
I already knew the code by
Was it
now.
what the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guide?
Oh, wait. Dip in and out. Oh, okay.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Hold on, Baylor. Hold on.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting.
The embrace of an old friend, a weathered companionship that stands the test of time.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Let me try this.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd... Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's...
Got it. Looks like check the executive bathroom. Nothing. Ooh. Okay, let me go back. Am I doing this right, Failer? You got like that? All right, no problem, Cyber Fox. No problem at all. Oh, go ahead, Mr. Retro. You know, Superstar Saga. And I don't think I ever played it on a 3DS. No, wait, Superstar Saga. Isn't that the Game Boy game? Yeah, it's got to be Game Boy. Game Boy Advance. Game Boy Advance. Oh, go back to my office. Okay. I think you're a little behind, Stream Failure. I think you're a little behind. All right. Go back to my office. Yeah. You are now leaving. Okay. Let me check the other side first. Look at nothing. All right. Gotta take the elevator? Nope. So 760, so I'm in 754. 55. Can open this red door. Seven 56. $757. $758. $759. Well, it is dark, so yeah, I can't see a thing either. And 76. Oh yes, yes, there we go. Escape. That's Spanish for escape. Here we go. Farewell, my bucket. Feel free, feel safe. You don't want to get hurt by a nuclear war or anything, so you need to get out of here for your own safety. Okay? Coochie coochie coo. Coo coo coo. A baby bucket. It's a baby bucket. Save the bucket. Bye bye, my friend. You'll have a better life than it is here. Poor bucket.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting
And the
room.
bucket is
Perhaps he
gone.
suddenly missed a memo.
Oh no. My poor bucket.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, that poor bucket.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy,
Stream a little
why had he
Tuesday
taken
asking
that
due to
risk?
being even
All
further
because he
ending.
believed everyone had vanished.
We'll see about Tuesday. Phone call. Phone call. Hello, guys. I am back. We're on camera. There we go. And subscribe.
And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they
Pretty
simply
familiar.
waiting? No, Stanley said to himself. This
And
is
also
all
for Tuesday
too
failure, I'm not
strange,
sure
can't be
yet,
real.
so
And at
I'll let you
last,
know.
he came
You
to
know,
the conclusion
I
that
work
had
all
been on
day
the tip of
long,
his
you know.
tongue. He
I might
just
get
hadn't
tired.
found
I'm
the
not sure
words
I'll
for
be
it.
out for the
"I'm
night.
dreaming!"
I'm not sure.
He yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life
Does he have
pushing
feet,
buttons.
Baylor?
I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring
tall.
through space on a
Nah, I
magical
shrunk it down.
starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
He's in a loop,
So
but this is not infinite. Tesla, you know
he
that.
invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly.
Hello, Abdel. How you doing today?
Been.
You can see that smooth 60 FPS camera.
I am normal. Everything
New camera.
fine.
Nice and smooth.
I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please.
Okay, so I already done this ending before.
Real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Stanley's dead.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Yella.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Poor Stanley.
And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just
Yeah, I know, but I don't have the bucket anymore.
she considered the strange man.
I don't have a bucket anymore, Failer.
Crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I
don't have a
what is
bucket
real
anymore.
And what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this...
Oh, bucket return? Okay. I'll do that. I'll definitely do
She
that.
remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran. How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself.
Is it not good for you, Failer? Oh, yes, replacement bucket. Yes.
Something crucial. And try not to lose this one too, you dolt.
Hey, screw you, man.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was coming to a staircase. Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Okay, now we got a bucket this time.
Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe he thought to himself. Maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket.
You
The
fail
bucket
with these
returned his
eyes.
gaze,
The eyes
but said
failure.
nothing at all.
The eyes.
That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none
Welcome
of
back,
its familiar
Cyberfox. I
reassurance
got the
and
bucket
comfort.
back.
And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this.
Hey, my
Who
bucket's
knows
gone.
what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might
Wait,
experience
where's my
without the
bucket?
psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed,
Where is my bucket?
the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it.
Wait, that's not his bucket?
Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the
Eh,
next.
bucket,
None
bucket.
of them were his. None of them
There's
were
another
his
one right there.
special bucket.
More
Find me,
buckets.
Stanley.
More buckets.
Find me.
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly,
I need my
stopped
bucket.
in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real
There's
bucket
so many
was
buckets.
inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful.
I need my
dived
bucket.
into an agony and blacked out. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Rest in peace, Stanley.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security.
I need my
and walked
bucket.
to her place of work.
And
On this particular
Mariella has
day,
the
her
bucket.
walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
I even have my bucket myself.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go.
Okay,
to
this
the
must
hotel.
be my bucket this
The
time.
bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a
Okay,
better co-worker.
I'm doing this again, but this time this is my bucket.
Those things. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
This is my bucket now.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find out. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all...
Wait, I already done this. Alright, never mind. Oh, whoa, what? Whoa. What the heck?
all of his co-workers were gone,
Whoa.
what could it mean?
Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow.
Whoa.
Very lucky.
That was a different one.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Well, what's up, Baylor? What's up?
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting
What's up?
room. And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Wait, what? Nah, I don't. You know what, guys? I don't recommend you guys do NFTs. NFTs are just like
Still
no
one
good.
was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Okay, I don't think I haven't done this one with a bucket
Stepping
yet.
into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Ooh, another collectible.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines.
All right, I
Remember,
got two of
no
them.
reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
All right. What's over here? Nothing. Why are you disappointed? What's going on, Taylor? What's going on?
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him.
Don't buy
assuring
NFTs,
him
dude.
in this
Don't buy
darkest
them.
moment of
Don't buy them.
uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything
It's not worth
will
it,
be
dude.
fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket
30
had
Gs?
never seen
What?
anything like this,
That's too
and it
much,
very
man. That is
nearly
too
burst
much.
into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket.
Bucket.
He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and
Dirty
commanded
gold.
from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in,
Stanley decided that this
Not
machinery would
seriously,
never
those
again
guys
exert
just
its
don't buy
terrible
NFTs.
power
I learned my
over
hard
another
lesson.
human life. Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over?
Was it?
Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away.
What up? We're having freedom.
Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live.
All right, Mr. Retro,
Once
see you
they
later.
stepped
So
through
we're gonna
the
have freedom with a bucket now.
The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end.
You gotta have
True, it was
a
simple
true
life they
ending with
envisioned,
the
but
bucket.
it was one they'd live together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and to...
What? Why did it
What?
stop?
Wait, what was happening?
What?
Why had the door stopped?
What?
Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
Come on!
An
Come on,
alarming
dude.
silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
Oh, come on.
Even the facility
Why?
itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket.
Dude, that is
Didn't
not
know what it
cool.
meant not to part with the
I
bucket.
wanted to be freed with the
No.
bucket.
Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he
No.
has such a precious bucket in his arms.
No.
Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay.
I guess so.
Stanley gulped. Very soon now.
At least he
was
still
about
had
to
his
find
bucket.
out. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. It takes a lot of humility to...
All right, I'm gonna do another one on the left side because there's one more on that side. And then let me try to think of anything
Stanley
else.
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the
I
door
never
of the
seen Castaway. I never seen it, Cyberfox. Whoa, what? Whoa. Hold on. How can we find them? Small fully across the office. Yes, there's a resources retrieval. There are two. No memo. Okay. One by the toilet. I was at the toilet. Oh wait, there's another one in the toilet. Okay. Wait, I think there's one at the toilet. All right. So this will be a reward. I have to find them in all. Okay, one by the toilet, one by the red room. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Over here. There it is.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? Or what about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
All right.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
You're doing no mind control bucket with the. I'm doing the escape ending. Because I haven't done that yet.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large
So
door
if I
that
go
read,
escape
Mind Control.
with a bucket.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death. The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Idiot. So where am I with the bucket?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed?
So you want to do
death?
the elevator
This
next,
is
or
what
the...
Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself
gonna
for
get
wasting
crushed.
so much time
Don't crush me.
carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh no! Yeah. Duck! What? What?
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket
Yeah,
were led
duck.
helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death.
Oh, what? Stanley
It was a
Parable.
shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way. But
Well, I think this is the museum ending, isn't it?
rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
Yeah, this is the museum ending. Yeah, so this is the museum.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see
That
the
bucket's going to
bucket was
heaven.
far more noble than
He's going up.
Stanley will
He's going
ever
up to
be
heaven to
in
meet
his
God.
short life?
Metal Gear. If Mirror was a bucket, is it a TV show or is it a game? A bucket with two handles. A photograph of 25 buckets, the greatest numbers up to capture on camera. A photographer experienced a catatonic shock of several weeks as a result of euphoria from exposure to this many buckets at once. Can I grab this bucket? No. Inferno bucket. A replica of the Inferno bucket. Let me go left. Oh, PS1 game. I never played that game out actually in Cyberfox. I never played
No
that.
man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
Can I get my bucket? Yay!
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
Oh, we gotta get crushed, don't
Let
we?
Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader.
We're gonna
as
die.
commander of
We're
a
gonna
new
die.
world, a new vision for...
We got crushed to death, guys. We got crushed to death. Stanley got crushed. Oh no. Meeting today in the meeting room.
Stanley cradled the bucket in a gentle embrace, protective yet delicate, assertive yet compact. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
We're going to the elevator. Okay, so I got 3 of them. Large room, lots of boxes, stairs, something to do with stairs. Okay. I know where the red and blue one is at. I know that.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Now we're in the elevator with me with the bucket. Oh, you don't mean this one? You're talking about the other one. Oh, okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Okay, going down.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
It's a mind control facility.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
Oh,
Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket
Maybe.
been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No!
What? What? Really? What? Really? Seriously? Seriously?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh.
Coming
No,
to
wait a
staircase,
minute. Hold on.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Wait, what do you want me to do, Failer?
Okay, I think we
I'm
all
so
know the drill
confused.
by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh,
Oh.
hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Ooh. So what are you talking about? Going up? Are we going up? God, wait, did I forget about the bucket? Uh,
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others.
Stanley's bucket, the only co-worker he would ever truly need.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire.
so bookshelf that passageway.
In his darkest
So
hours,
wait, what?
did
I'm
the
so-
bucket's warmth and guiding
What?
light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always,
I'm confused, Failer. I'm very confused.
and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
Yeah. Yes, I do, Failer.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Wait, the one after keypad. Oh, back up. Okay. Back up.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
There's a lot of boxes, I think.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over. Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator. Perhaps the bucket had missed something.
Baby.
Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly. A hint of regret nagged in the back of Stanley's mind. Should he demonstrate the number 3 for the No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
It said nothing.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears, and the whole time
All right.
to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing.
Oh, I can't go back.
The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
All right.
Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused...
Guys, I think this is going to be the last ending for now, so... I am going to continue this for next time.
To communicate
for sure.
fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
Back to heaven.
Said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
Ooh, look at this.
For months he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day
One piece,
arrived,
baby.
Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
3. By the way, guys, speaking of 3, it is almost 3 in the stream. It's almost 3 o'clock in my
One
time.
opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
As you can see, guys, it is 2:56 and it's almost 3.
There was no one here. Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure, and in that moment Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant.
I hope you get some lunch, Cyberfox.
Spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit. Only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Alrighty, guys. Then we're gonna stop it right here. Man, that was fun. Definitely gotta do some more of this later on. So that is the Stanley Parable 2, the sequel. So thank you so much, guys. So it's already 3. I've been streaming for almost 3 hours, so I think that's enough for me. I can't do anything longer than that. So thank you all so much, guys. It was fun. Everything is fun. So we get back to the Stanley Parable 2 next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.